Good morning, everyone. It's time to get this day started. First, I'm going to start off with cooking up some bacon in the oven. Um, what I do is I take aluminum foil and I put it over my baking pans so it makes it easier cleanup for me. Yes, I know it's using up aluminum foil, but I've always done this and it makes it easier to clean for me. So I take this, put it in here, wrap it up really well, just like that. And now I'm going to take the bacon, and yes, it's a Walmart bacon, and I'm going to cut open the package. And I'm going to cook the whole package of bacon at one time. And that way it's going to put it in my refrigerator, ready for me to use whenever I need it. Just take the whole package out, like that. Take that right over there for right now. And I'm going to start by preheating my oven, getting it started, and then you can see I have my eggs ready here for my breakfast. It's a pretty thick piece of bacon, so I'm testing it. If you're wondering why I'm having to do this and look very carefully and kind of strangely, it's because I'm in the middle of getting cataract surgery, and one of my eyes is complete. And I will be going in to have the second one done as soon as I'm cleared by the surgeon to get the second one done. And so right now my vision's just a little off. And simple tasks like, putting this bacon and checking to make sure that I don't have more than one piece of bacon. And what I'm discovering with this bacon is that it's not sliced correctly. One is thicker than the other, but that's okay. We will deal with this. And then this one is really thin. We will deal with it. And what we do is just simply take this bacon and continue to put the layers. This bacon is going to shrink up, so there'll be room. And continue to lay it right next to each other in the pan. One piece at a time until the pan is full. And you're going to hear my dog in the background. That is my little dog. And I have another video out with my dog. He's just talking to me, and he does that quite a bit. throughout the day. He enjoys just sitting here talking to me as I am putting together my food throughout the day. And now you can see all of the bacon is put. I'm going to curl these tips over because I don't want, bacon grease falling into the bottom of my oven. So I'm going to make sure that the pieces, you know what, I may do this a different way on this one. This pan is a little smaller than the one the first pan that I had. So I may do this just a different angle. There we go. Now what we'll do is we'll just rearrange these on here. I want to make sure all of the bacon gets put in at the same time though, so that we don't run this oven longer than we have to. You see, I live in the state of Texas, and right now the state of Texas and the area that I live in is under a huge heat wave. And so just getting in and getting the oven started in this type of weather can be dangerous. And so, excuse me, I'm going to put that in this trash behind the camera, and I'm going to wash my hands. That's one thing I do a lot while I'm cooking in my kitchen, is I do a lot of washing of my hands. And I'm going to get this in the oven, and I'm going to get it baking for the next, I would say 15 or 20 minutes. I'll come back and let you know how long it takes until the bacon is nice and crisp. I like crisp bacon. And so it just really depends on what you like in your kitchen and in your food. I like crispy bacon. Some people don't like it crispy. And I've cooked for both. I've cooked for, people that like it crispy and people that don't. But I live by myself now, so I'm cooking for one. And so I like my bacon crispy. And so all my bacon will be crispy by the end. So I'll come back once the bacon is done, and I'll let you know how long I left it in the oven, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, we're coming back. All right, we're coming back to the kitchen, and let me get my mittens, and we're going to take a look. It's been 25 minutes, and it does look like these are ready. So we're going to get these out of the oven, and I am going to get a in there, and turn this off. I'm going to get my fan going because it's very hot in here, and you can see my other little posts the temperature that it gets to be here in Texas in the heat. It is now 78 inside, and believe it or not, out on my porch where the thermostat is, it is in direct sunlight. It is 124 out there in direct sunlight right now. So And it's 10:12 in the morning. So people, Texas heat is no joke. Look at that. It reads 124 on my deck right now, and it's 78 degrees inside my kitchen right now. No joke. So I am going to get these fans going. I am going to get a platter out. Okay, my platter that I want to use, I believe is in my dishwasher that I haven't emptied yet. And so, here's my platter. Notice that my first section, I had dirty dishes in the sink. When I turned the camera off, I did my dishes. Okay, so my dishes are clean, people. I washed these by hand because my dishwasher I ran overnight. Now I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna get me some paper towels. And put on top of this plate. My tongs are over here, so I'm gonna get my tongs out. And I'm gonna start with my tongs pulling this bacon right off onto the paper towels. So I cook these at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. And the bacon is very nice and crispy, the way I like it. And the reason I like it this way is because, let's say I'm going to put it in a salad or something like that. Really, you can crumble this up. Once it cools down, you can crumble it up right over the top of your salads. You can crumble it up right over the top of a baked potato. And so this is a perfect. And then the grease from this I'm going to put in a jar, a mason jar to be exact, and that grease is going to be beneficial in my cooking projects over the next month or so. This is going to be enough bacon for myself and enough grease for myself for a month. And I use that bacon because you know, when I was growing up, bacon grease was something that we used all the time in our house. My mom used it a lot. And the reason is because we didn't waste anything out on the farm. Yeah, I lived out on a farm and I worked in a farm. And we did not, it was 2.5 acre farm. And we didn't waste anything. We did not waste anything. So now I'm going to go and get a jar and I'm going to take this rendered fat and pour it into the jar while it's still warm. Okay. And yes, people, I reuse jars. This is a Kroger brand tomato sauce jar, and I reuse it for many different things. You can even recan with these jars. I have done that as well. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour that grease right up in there. Okay. What I'm going to do I don't like doing it over here. I'm going to take it over here to the sink. just in case I miss it. Okay, that one is done. Now I'm going to take this one and do the same with it. While it is warm, I'm going to let it drain as much as possible. Every bit of that fat that I just rendered will be used. Every drop of it. Now I'm going to set that right there. Let that cool just a little bit so I can take that foil off and see if any more of that grease drains down into the corner where I can use it again. And then I am going to, I'm going to start my breakfast, and I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, everyone, I'm back, and we are just about getting ready to cook up some eggs. I'm going to do 2 eggs this morning for breakfast. If you'll notice, I've already cleaned up my pans from the bacon this morning. While I was off screen and getting everything ready, I went ahead and washed those up. I do that. I clean up as I go, so it's not such a big hassle as I'm going through my day. For cleanup, I don't leave big messes in my kitchen. I clean as I go. It's something that I did when I had a lot of people in my house at one time. And so I learned to do that back then. And it's much easier to clean as you go. So I'm just going to fry me up some eggs, and I'm going to have some bacon. In just a minute, I'm going to show you that I always keep fresh homemade bread in my house. I make my own bread. And so every morning, I get up and I slice myself off some bread, and I usually have homemade bread for breakfast. Some mornings, that's all I want. It's just a little bit of, buttered bread for breakfast. But this morning, since I was making my bacon, I decided to go ahead and have a full-blown breakfast. And so I like my eggs both scrambled and over easy. Give me a second. I'm going to walk past you where the camera is, because this is a real kitchen. Yes, it is a real kitchen. But here is my homemade bread. You can see it's a homemade bread, and I make it 2 loaves at a time, and I keep it in my house at all times. And so I'm going to move my camera a little bit, and you're going to see me put it in my toaster back there for my breakfast this morning, right there. Then I'm going to move you back over here where my breakfast is cooking. I'm going to get a plate out from the dishwasher because it's clean. I ran it last night. I'm going to go ahead and take my egg carton and put it back in the refrigerator because I clean as I go. Like I said, I'm done with the egg carton. So one of the YouTubers that I watch has a phrase that she uses that I really like. And that phrase is, put it away, not down. And without realizing that that's kind of the way I have been. That I have live my life is that I put things away, not down. Or I try to anyway. Okay, we're gonna get these ready, and I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. And so people, here is my finished product. This is my breakfast this morning, which is 2 eggs over easy, lightly toasted bread, and about 1.5 pieces of crispy bacon. I want to thank you all for coming along with me this morning, with me preparing all the bacon I need for a week or a month, and enjoying a breakfast this morning. And yes, I am in the process of eating my breakfast at my office desk. And yes, you can see it's a busy office desk. It is a busy office desk. But I do a lot of work from home as a retired teacher. Yes, I taught public school for 20 years. And 3 years I worked in higher education for a college, which I absolutely loved. And yes, you're going to see things on my desk that, reflect my real life, because I am not here to do a full production. I am here to show you the reality of my life. And so you're going to see the busyness of my life. And I'm going to sit here and enjoy this 2 fried eggs, this bacon, and yes, this homemade bread. There is nothing like homemade fresh bread in your kitchen. The smell of it, the taste of it, the act of preparing it, the kneading of the dough. It is something that I have always enjoyed, but not always had the opportunity or the time to cook it. Because as a teacher, anyone who knows, who has been teaching, your day does not start at when the bell rings, and it doesn't end when the bell rings in the afternoon. Teaching is a lifelong process, and I absolutely loved teaching when I was in the classroom. But yes, I did retire early. I did prepare for retirement early, and so I'm okay. And now I'm getting a chance to do some of the things that I have truly enjoyed doing. And I'm hoping to take you guys along with this new journey of mine, and enjoying cooking in my kitchen with crispy bacon, fried eggs, homemade bread. And yes, I lick my fingers. You guys have a good day, and God bless you.